Maybe I couldn't hear exactly, but I wanted to ask if there's any similarities to the late goal that you guys conceded against RSL and with Portland. Is there anything early that you can kind of tell outside of the fact of them being late?
Bye. Thanks.
I'd say leaving, a guy having space on top of the box. That's always a dangerous situation to be in, with no direct pressure, and obviously center backs are naturally going to drop. Our back line is naturally going to drop, and but I'm stretching here, but those are the two similarities. I'd say the two goals tonight that we let go were very similar. Guy drives at our back line. Obviously, one gets a play to 1-2, and the other one gets played through. But it's an attacking midfield or a defensive midfielder running at our back line with no pressure is something that hurt us tonight.
All right, guys, thanks. Jason Mitchell, you're next. And, guys, if you could please let the guys know which player you're addressing the question to, or both, that'd be great. But, Jason, go ahead.
This is for either of you, really. You gave up a late goal in the 83rd minute at home. Was that the moment maybe that you felt the absence of your fans more than any other, at a time when so many times over the course of the years they've driven you to find that late equalizer?
You want to go? Sir, I mean, at the end of the day, we lost balance. The fans certainly give us an edge, a motivation to keep going, that extra X factor to really push forward and get the W, especially going towards the ECS. However, we just lost balance. We especially in that goal, both our center mids shifted that way, and we left a lot of space on the weak side, and they were able to drive at us. But usually when we can control the game and push guys forward, as well as be sound defensively, that's something that we lacked towards the end of the game, and really the whole second half. And hopefully we can clean things up. And I think that was really the result of the game. The Portland is a very good team that plays extremely well in the counterattack, and we weren't as sound defensively, especially in the second half. I thought first half we did a fantastic job. Second half, we need to clean things up.
Mickey Turner.
Hey, this is for either Kelvin or Cristian. Either for Kelvin or Cristian. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. What would you say the problem was with their high press? It seemed to cause you guys some trouble working out of that, and that was a big problem, especially in the second half.
Yeah, we couldn't find the three guy in the middle what we did in the first half with either Jordi or João Paulo. We didn't find those guys in behind their attackers, and I think that was key in this game and the game we played away, and yeah, that's on us. We have to move the ball a little bit quicker, and yeah, we have to get back and focus on the next game now. It's a tough loss, but it's a short turnaround. And as I said, this game is a game we just gave away. As Cristian just said, in the first half, we controlled the game. We had a lot of pressure on the ball and we lost it. And in the second half, our pressure was not as good. We had to sprint back every time 40 meters in the second half, and in the first half it was maybe like 5 to 10 meters. And we regained the ball. So there was a big difference. And of course, we made too many mistakes to let them believe. And I think those are the key things that we did really well.
Chris Francis.
Thank you, Maddie. Hey, Cristian, you guys had 65% of the possession. I think you outshot them 15-8, something like that. Was it just a question of just not finishing chances, or did you feel like you got the chances you wanted offensively?
Yeah, I felt like we had a a variety of chances that we didn't put away. Is one of those nights where it just doesn't go in, right? And you'll have those nights, but we should not have lost a game, even if we missed those opportunities. We end up tying that game if we can't score a goal. We should never concede a second when we're in such good position to put ourselves up front. So I think that's the most frustrating part. And then, like I said, trying to keep that balance, like Kelvin reiterated. It's important to keep them in their half, because that is a dangerous team when they get out in the open field, and that's something that I think hurt us tonight. So not putting away the chances certainly sucks, and we feel really unfortunate. But in that case, we should still never lose that game.
All right, guys. Any last questions for Kelvin? It looks like Masvita. Go ahead, Mas.
Sorry about that. Had it on mute. Hey, and either one of you, actually, Cristian, you talked about keeping them in their half. Is that more about possession or just the defending in terms of keeping a dangerous Portland team in their half?
Yeah, both. Making sure that we don't lose the ball in a position where they can counter. Right, we got to end plays, whether that's getting shooting on goal and missing wide, or repressing and letting the ball go out for a corner kick. It's something that we lacked tonight. We didn't end plays. We didn't finish the repress with a tackle and win the ball and keep the ball in their half. So, finishing plays, but also repressing. We were never in the second half. We were never in a position to put ourselves in a repress. And like Kelvin said in the first half, we were sprinting forward 10, 15 yards. In the second half, we were sprinting backwards 40 yards to stop the counter, because we were not in a position. We did not do the extra 10 meters to win the ball, to keep them in their half. So that's something that we needed to do much better in the second half. But it's both. It's keeping possession, ending plays, but also repressing and putting ourselves in really good positions when we get into an attacking position defensively, right? We step with our two center backs and our two center mids and really keep them in their position.
And then just one last one. With the games coming fast and furious, how important is it to stay here and then move forward? Because, next game is coming up and it ain't too much time.
It's good that the next game is fast, because we can turn a negative into a positive quickly if we win that game. It's still Portland that we lost to at home. We never like it, but if we win the next game at home, we get the positivity of the team back, good moral, and that are the things that help when you have a short turnaround. Next game, focus and win.